Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a great day today. In this video, we're going to cover the quantum computing stock that is called Rigetti. If you guys aren't familiar with this company, they are a superconducting quantum computing company. One thing to note is you could see them on AWS. They're Rigetti quantum superconducting quantum processors. This is the QPU overview. You could see they have been focusing here. It says the Anka processor, which is this computer, features enhanced readout capabilities that contribute to better overall circuit fidelities. So the quantum market in general has had this focus on fidelity, which you see the circuit. This is kind of an overview. Further system improvements and device characteristics include a speed up in quantum processing times and fast gate times for multiple entangling gate families. The Anka chip topology is square with four-fold connectivity and features both IS swap and entangling gates, allowing developers to optimize programs for performance and minimize circuit depth. The swap gates shuttle quantum information across the Anka processor to link non-nearest neighboring qubits. Because these can be costly operations, the underlying compiler is highly optimized for the layout problem. So, as you can see, Rigetti's 2-qubit entangling gate mechanism here on Anka devices, the frequency of 1 qubit is flipped into resonance with the nearest neighboring qubit for a precisely defined duration. So, essentially, one thing they talk about is just optimizing the fidelity of each individual qubit. And we've seen some interesting publications around the quantum market, especially from Rigetti, but looking at their focus right now in some of their earnings calls and everything else is improving the fidelity. Now, you have the machine, the dilution refrigerator. It gets down into the signal chain, which these cables deliver conditioned microwave signals down to the temperature stages, which are the cooling zones meant to plunge to 1/100th of a Kelvin, hundreds of times as cold as outer space. And the computers are getting worked on in Berkeley, California. At the lowest, coldest plate sits the most critical hardware, including amplifiers, additional cables, filters, and what have you. Now, this is what makes up here into the QPU, the quantum processing unit. Quantum processing units aren't just something that will replace GPUs. They function in tandem with GPUs. And in order to run quantum computers successfully, you have to run them with another company, like another GPU, another CPU. It's not necessarily that you can just run a quantum computer. A lot of times they're running it with a classical computer as well. Now, this is their quantum QPU Novera, and we've kind of talked about the Novera a little bit and what they have going here. But really, what we're looking at from recently, you can see refined over 10 years. The Novera QPU is based on Rigetti's Anka class architecture, which features a square lattice of qubits and tunable couplers that enable high fidelity 2-qubit operations. And one thing that we've seen from the shipment of this, it's 9 qubits, 12 tunable couplers. Let's see if they mention the shipment. I don't know if it was maybe Montana State University or where it was that they shipped the Novera, but you can see that they focus here. You can see the breakdown of the technology and what goes into it. 9-qubit chip, 3x3 array of tunable transmons, and tunable coupler between each adjacent pair of qubits to mediate fast 2-qubit operations. Now, while they're actually doing 2-qubit gate models here, or they're implementing this, you have other companies that are trying to simulate the 2-qubit gates. Like, for example, when I went to the conference that was for D-Wave, they talked about that they were focusing on the simulation of 2-qubit gates, which was interesting because they're trying to simulate that on a computer or on their quantum annealing, whereas here with Rigetti, they're actually doing the 2-qubit gate operations. So from the Novera side of things, that's their product. We're seeing this potentially heat up and could be potentially way more computing power than just running GPUs alone or something like that. And so what we're looking at, they see one thing I like to look at in these companies is the careers and what they're doing. Kind of see their different companies and what they're building out. Mission driven, collaborative, dynamic. You can see their setup. It's pretty science based. And they're a company that has a particular interest in building with programmers. They do the hardware, but they also do the software. Writers, designers, strategists, even salespeople, and yes, even lawyers, which is really funny because a lot of people think like, oh, just scientists. No, it's a full-fledged company here. So the financials that they have going for them, we've seen their financials come in with about 5.3 billion in market cap today. They had a nice day, pushing up about 7% today, and the revenue has been still holding around $1 to $2 million a quarter, or bringing in about $10 million annually in 2024. And on the 2025 income statement, they're on track to maybe bring in about 5 to 10 million. So very, very small in the revenue amounts. But balance sheet, we see their total assets have been surging up to $636 million in their balance sheet. So when we're looking at their revenues, they're still kind of experimental. And we talk about how they're buying what could be if you're looking at the investor sentiment right now, and that you're looking at the technology, you're looking at the partnerships of, working with Microsoft, or we're looking at AWS earlier, and how they're looking to have their quantum computers being something that you can tap into through the cloud. And so outside of that, with the financials kind of heating up on the balance sheet with getting 636 million in assets, they're also seeing a lot of institutional investments from Vanguard, BlackRock, State Street, Morgan Stanley, and many more. And then that just shows you got a lot more increased positions than decreased positions. And out of all the companies, one thing to note is they have a smaller team, just about 140 employees, and they're in Berkeley, though. So they have some of the top minds in the world, I believe. They're maybe out of Silicon Valley, out of San Francisco. We're talking about Cal Berkeley being right there. Some of the top minds, some of the top semiconductor companies have been coming out of that area, and so it makes sense that they continue to see some more backing investments from companies. Now, when it comes to their investor side of things on their business, kind of see their recent announcements and what they've come out with. They just came out with an article about a week ago where here it is. Rigetti Computing and Montana State University collaborate to advance quantum research and innovation. So it looks like Rigetti Computing, a pioneer in full stack quantum classical computing, has announced a new collaboration with Montana State University to advance quantum computing research and innovation. So it says, today marks the grand opening of Q-Core, Montana State University's new research and innovation center dedicated to quantum and photonic systems integration. MSU is the first academic institution with an on-premise Rigetti quantum computer. So that was a sale that they made. Q-Core features a 9-qubit Novera QPU, which will be used by researchers to advance quantum computing R&D. And then you could see the CEO say, "We congratulate MSU on this exciting milestone. Look forward to supporting Montana's vibrant quantum computing ecosystem. Hands-on access and quantum computing technology is key for not only quantum computing research, but also for workforce development and education. Rigetti is so proud to support Q-Core, and we look forward to growing Montana's quantum capabilities together." So they also, you can see, work with Air Force Research Laboratory in that partnership, which should be something that would be good for the development of more of their government contracts as well. And when it comes to Rigetti's future, right now they're in this consistent uptrend. When it comes to their consistent uptrend, you can see they have this consistent uptrend. I don't have any short-term trades going, but we have long-term positions in our Charles Schwab portfolio. So we invest in the company. We have since about $1 a share. We started covering it in November, where we invest. Now we're looking for this move right here. They're looking to bounce. We were looking for a 35% increase potential on them. They have since surged not 35%, but about 20% since our last analysis. We were looking for them to get up into this $18 range to $20 range, and that's where they've bounced. They did validate that support at $14 a share and are looking to hit about $17.50 at this moment. And that's kind of where they got up to today, $17. So nearest support level that would be a previous support would be at about $15 a share. There's also a previous resistance level that they've been on around through the entire summer, which is right around here. Previous resistance, July 28th, you could see that resistance and even acting as a support. And oftentimes previous resistance will act as a support, and $16.24. So $16.25 basically is the next level of support. They're at $16.50 now. So to watch that $16.25 price point would be a smart move for the shorter term plays. And then watching for a potential bounce, maybe up into that $18 range, would be nice. It's a 12% margin for profit from there. So $16.25 support, looking for the next resistance right around $18.25, which is a 10% upside essentially from here, maybe a little bit less than that. And so watching those levels in the near term is where we're going to be. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks so much for tuning in. Earlier today, we dropped a full breakdown of the machine. It's a full breakdown is that you could search any company. We could search RGTI right now, and it will start doing some analysis for us. And in this case, it is OpenAI, so GPT, that gives us a future chart. It gives us an analysis of that future time frame that it is not analyzing, and then it gives us some financials as well to consider for the company. Now, it's taking some time because it's analyzing the charts, it's pulling the relative financials, and boom. So it looks like Rigetti is projected to get up in this $18 to $20 range over the next 6 months. And that's according to the machine that we have here. We got the balance sheet down there. And for those of you guys that would like to get full access to this machine, it's in beta and it's available for you. All you have to do is click the first link in the description. It will take you to our reveal of the machine today. If you're a stockmate, make sure to check your email because there's a great offer that we sent to your email for the machine. And if you are looking to join our lifetime access of Stockmate or join our daily sessions where we go live at market open every day, then you can also find that in the first link down below as a part of the machine offer. That's right, you could get this software for a year with all of the new AI models we add, like OpenAI and Grok to do the analysis, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, and you can get access to Stockmate, our daily live trading sessions, along with some other bonuses like a free t-shirt, and I'll give you a call if you join. So make sure to take a look. Again, it's the first link in the description below. Hopefully you guys have a good rest of your Thursday. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on Rigetti stock and quantum in general down in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.